Welcome to Delicate Fire. Today we'll be exploring the aphorisms of effective choice by Forrest Landry. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments or head to delicatefire.com and join the WhatsApp community. Be sure to like and subscribe and follow along. Thanks so much. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Ethics. What is ethics in relation to morality? What is ethics? Ethics. Organized thought concerned with the study of and adherence to the principles of effective choice. Ethics is the study of the principles of the most effective means of self-expression in both words and actions. It is about how to make one's choices more effective for all of oneself and for all others in both form and feeling. In contrast, morality is an externally defined set of rules in a particular domain, generally applicable to all selves in that domain. Morality also refers to the apparent degree that the choices of a given self happen to adhere to those rules. Morality is the application of a collection of statements or codes which, hopefully, represent the principles of ethics in terms appropriate to that specific domain, or rather than being about public, visible actions within a domain. Ethics is internal to oneself and independent of any particular domain. The relationship between ethics and morals is similar to the relationship between philosophy, metaphysics, and science, physics. Ethics is always the ultimate basis for any moral, statutory, or civil code, in much the same way that the scientific method, a theorem of metaphysics, is always the ultimate basis for any physics. A statement of ethics is a statement of principle. It originates from and has its basis within self. In contrast, a statement of morals is a statement of statutory or civil law. A statement of morality originates from and has its basis within a specific world, domain, or culture. It is a command or directive to be followed by all selves in that world. The study of ethics is ultimately about identifying and applying the principles of effective choice. It is not about whether any given choice is right or wrong in some absolute sense. Only morality can be considered in such a binary, unconscious manner. To develop the principles of ethics is to determine a method and therefore a practice of making maximally effective choices. An effective set of ethical principles will positively specify and characterize effective choices. To assert positive specification is to have an ethics which describes what or how to choose, which choices are best, rather than stating only what not to choose, which choices are worst to be avoided. All negatively defined ethical systems must be regarded as incomplete. Ethics focuses simultaneously on the value, meaning, and purpose of expressions, choices, and events, with an emphasis on meaningfulness. In ethics, there is no right or wrong. There are only varying degrees of effectiveness, of enhancement of life and evolution, and of the capacity to nurture mindful consciousness. This is in contrast with a system of morality, which is defined as a fixed set of rules concerning what is right and what is wrong. Morality is usually defined in terms of goodness and virtue. Regardless of the degree to which a philosophy, religion, or society may confuse ethical concerns with moral ones, ethics cannot be considered as having externally fixed rules of right or wrong. To the extent that a moral code defines some things as good, valued, of virtue, and others as bad, some actions as right and others as wrong, there exists the risk of being inherently unethical in proportion to the degree that the boundary between the good and bad is sharp, an expression of discontinuity. Systems of morality, which are defined in black and white terms, are fundamentally antithetical to life and consciousness and are to be avoided. The absolute principles of ethics are common to all of consciousness, all individuals. The absolute practice of ethics is particular and unique to each individual. It cannot be prescribed from without. Ethics is always implemented relative to the self and to the situation. The realization of ethics is unique in each choice. Ethical principles or laws are natural and cannot be enforced. Moral codes, rules, laws are civil and can only be enforced. This was Delicate Fire. Thank you so much for joining us, where we explore the aphorisms of effective choice. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments or head to delicatefire.com and join the WhatsApp community. Please like and subscribe if you want to follow along. And I look forward to seeing you next week.